Hey folks, Jordan back once again. So the first thing that you're no doubt noticing is that I have apparently missed a day of uploading on the vlog, which brings me directly into my topic today. You may recall from Friday of last week, I left off the video by saying that my next topic that I wanted to talk about was going to be the N64 and my memories of growing up with the console. I'm pushing that off a day because there's something that I want to talk about that is relevant to not only my day-to-day life, but also directly related to the very reason why this vlog is late a day in the first place. And that is the staggeringly ceaseless ability of computers to continuously throw brand new, never before seen obstacles in the way of editors, specifically when it comes to video editing. Look, I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be one. I'm not even close to anywhere qualified to being able to refer to myself as an editor, but I've been doing video editing casually and recreationally for my own personal enjoyment and entertainment since, gosh, I don't know, maybe 2000. So, I mean, a good 17 years now I've got of experience under my belt. And it just never ceases to amaze me how your experience, in a way, I mean, I know this is going to come across as sounding overly cynical, but it seems to almost count for almost nothing. Because there is seemingly no end to the array of problems that you encounter. And by that, I mean new problems. Problems that you've never encountered in all your time editing. Problems that you didn't realize even could exist. You'd think that every once in a while, you would have an easy day. Every once in a while, you would have a video editing project that would go, I don't know, relatively smoothly. No. There's never any such thing as an easy job for some reason when it comes to editing, at least with computer editing. I mean, back in the day when editing, you were actually having to physically cut and literally tape together physical pieces of film stock. I mean, sure, that was maybe more physically demanding, but at least you kind of knew what you were doing and it was going to be more or less the same experience every time. With computers, it's almost as though they're programmed with some artificial intelligence to look and seek out new ways of fucking up. At the very least, it makes the job entertaining. There's never a dull moment, that's for sure. Even when it is kind of dull and monotonous, you're always running into some new challenge that you've never encountered before and that was completely unforeseen. And, it's I'll say this. It's a good thing for people that, are always looking for new challenges, because editing provides that in spades. Hence, what I'm getting to with regards to my latest vlog is because I've been working all this past weekend on the latest installment of Small Soldiers Squad Commander. And for all intents and purposes, it's basically done now. But I've been late uploading this vlog because I've been running into problems uploading the video, and I wanted to do that first with Small Soldiers. And I don't understand. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I was just having one of those days, or one of those weekends anyway. I mean, this video, I ran into an issue at literally every single stage of the process. First of all, to begin with, I was confronted with a problem of just finding the time to film it before I even did anything. Before I even picked up a camera or turned my computer on, I had to just find the time to fit it into my schedule, and it took forever. As you can probably tell for yourself if you pay attention to my channel and are familiar with my typical upload schedule. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. That was a bunch of empties clunking around in my trunk that I still have back there from New Year's. I really need to take them out. I'm just lazy. They've been back there all this time, and now they're just rolling around loose. Anyway, I promise I don't have a drinking problem. Yeah, so I had to find the time to finally get around to shooting it. Then when I did, I ran into a problem with my camera, and somehow my camera completely on its own. Again, I think technology these days has got some programming into it that, I don't know, like the programmers were just having fun with it or something and decided it would be really funny, like a really hilarious inside joke to program the inner workings of all the hardware and software to mess with the user every once in a while, because somehow my camera managed to revert itself to its factory settings on its own. And I mean, it's been in the settings that I've had it in for pretty well ever since I've had it. So I couldn't remember what settings I had it on, so I had to play around with that. Then I had a problem with my computer where a bunch of my USB ports decided to just stop functioning. And I would just have easily have taken them out, except after I opened up my tower to have a look inside. Kind of hard to explain, but bottom line is they were more or less inaccessible. There was no way of removing them without doing some serious heavy-duty open heart surgery on my rig. So I decided instead to just unplug it from the motherboard. So now I've got these two dead USB ports just sitting there, not being able to be used. Which, I mean, you know, whatever. I needed to get the work done, so it's sufficient for my purposes for the time being. But now I just feel sorry for my computer, just seeing it like that. It feels like a patient with a, you know, needing to have a leg amputated, but it's too dangerous to do the surgery, so now it's just got to live with this dead limb, you know? But anyway, so I got that taken care of, more or less, for the time being. But then I also have an SD card reader, an onboard reader, right on my tower. Because when I bought my camera, this is going off on a bit of a tangent, but when I bought my camera, I got it out of box, so I got a really good deal on it, but it didn't come with all the peripherals. So I didn't have a proper transfer cable that it normally comes with, but I don't need that, because as I mentioned, I got the SD card reader, so I just take the card out of my camera, stick it directly into my camera, and it reads off that way. In fact, it reads even faster than with a cable, so I've always liked it. Well, wouldn't you know it, for some reason now that's fucking up. Now it doesn't want to read shit. So I had to figure out a way to get the SD card on reader on my laptop working, which does work, but I've never had a use for it before, so I never like turned the functionality on. Again, hard to explain, long story short, but so that took forever to figure out. Basically, finally I got it working, but now it's on my laptop. I've got to transfer it from my laptop to my desktop. No big deal. I own a number of external hard drives. So I plug one in. I've got a little a solid state drive specifically for stuff like that. It's very, very handy. Pardon me. And transfers files blisteringly fast. Well, wouldn't you know it? Now the external isn't reading at all, and it needs to be reformatted. Luckily, the files that I still had saved on there, I had backups of it all, so it wasn't an issue for me to lose the files. But sure enough, it's not letting me do a reformat. I mean, I just can't fucking win. So I'm looking up instructions on how to fix it. I'm following the instructions. It's kind of working, but not really. So, again, fuck it. I'll figure it out at a later time. I own another external hard drive, so I'll just use that one for the time being. Fine. I pop that one in, transfer the file fine, plug it into my my desktop to transfer the files to there now. And now there's a problem where it's working, but it's moving at like half this, like a tenth of the speed. And I can't explain exactly, I figure out what the problem is, but I can't explain why I'm having having the particular problem. And I realized what it is because it's a USB 2 device, hard drive, but for some reason, it's only transferring at USB 1 speeds. And I can't figure out why. And it's never done this before, and it's plugged into the exact same port. It's always been, I'm tearing the hair out of my head that I don't have. That's how frustrated I am already at this point. And again, bear in mind, I still haven't even gotten to editing. I've only ever filmed the episode at this point. Anyway, finally I transferred the footage, and now suddenly my video editing software refuses to import the file. Come the fuck on! What's the guy gotta do? What do I gotta do? What's the problem now? And I realize that the raw footage, not from the camera, not from like my face cam, because I use my camcorder for that. That's the part that I was transferring with the SD card. But I'm talking now the footage, the in-game footage that I recorded directly off my PC with OBS. I realized that it's now recorded in a brand new file format that I've never recorded in. I'm going, what the hell happened here? And now I realize it's because this update for OBS that I've been putting off forever because I was afraid to do, for fear that exactly something like this would happen. It would mess with all my settings. Every time the thing pops up saying, do you want to update? I just keep saying, no, remind me later, remind me later. On this one particular occasion, not paying full attention to what I was doing, I accidentally clicked OK. And so it did the update. I thought, oh, fuck. I hope I didn't just screw myself over. Okay, well, relax. Look, I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than it is. Probably going to be fine. I'm probably not going to run into any problems. Well, guess what? I ran into problems. I still haven't figured out exactly what it was. Again, because I've had all my settings exactly the way they were ever since I first started my YouTube channel, pretty much. So I can't remember what the settings were. So now I've got to do a bunch of tests and fiddle around with different settings and figure out what works again. But bottom line is I basically had to convert the file into a different format that my video editing software would finally agree to import and edit. All right, fine. I got over that hurdle now. Now I've edited the entire video. So now I go to export it. And it refuses to export. It refuses to render the project. Now, luckily, this was an easy snag to overcome, but I'm still not sure why I was experiencing it. In the end, all I really had to do to fix it was save the file and then reboot the application and then try it exporting again, and that time it worked. But for some reason, it got stuck on something the first time. I can't explain it. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. 17 fucking years of editing experience, and it's always something new. Anyway, finally got it all exported. It was really, really late at night. Typically what I like to do is watch the final exported file one time through just to make sure that it all rendered properly before editing it, uploading it to YouTube. But as I said, it was really, really late at night. I wanted it to be up for the following day, so I just set it to upload overnight. And I left my computer on overnight. Wake up in the morning, oh, sure enough, Firefox decided to crash. So first thing in the morning before I went to work, I started uploading it again. Crashed on me halfway through. So what I did then was I decided, like, I'm about to throw a brick through my goddamn monitor at this point. So now I'm thinking, okay, I gotta go to work. I don't have time to fiddle around with everything. So just out of sheer desperation, I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but it did say that it was a Mozilla error. So maybe I'll just use Chrome. I'll try uploading with Chrome. I don't typically use Chrome, and I've never used Chrome before to upload to YouTube, but I figure at this point, what the hell do I have to lose? I'll give it a shot. So I started the upload using Chrome. I set the file to upload only up to private, so I figured if it works later, then I'll make it public and publish it that way after the fact. So then I went off to work. Later, halfway through my workday on my break period, I went and I checked my YouTube channel just on my phone, and it appeared to upload properly. But I didn't really have time to fool around with it too much. And assuming that it's still uploaded properly, it's still, as of this very moment, listed as a private video. So I just arrived back home now. I'm about to go inside. When I do so, the first thing I'm going to do is check to make sure that it uploaded correctly. If it did, then I'm going to publish it immediately, and tomorrow morning I'll put up the notices on my social media and whatnot, and then hopefully maybe later in the day I'll be posting this vlog. So, but as of this very moment, I have no idea what the current status is of that new Small Soldiers video. So if at this point in time it's been uploaded, hallelujah, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if it hasn't, I can only apologize. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to say. I'm trying my best here. But anyway, hopefully there's some good news waiting for me. And tomorrow, with any luck, I won't have another rage-induced rant for you. Instead, I'll be in a little bit more positive spirits and maybe talk about the N64 this time. So I guess thanks for watching this vlog, and I'll talk at you again tomorrow.